Imagine a world where the boundary between the cosmos and your smartphone blurs into non-existence. Picture this. You're standing in your backyard. The night sky is a canvas of darkness, speckled with faint glow of distant stars. You feel a yearning for the warmth of the sun. A light that's a million miles away. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Millions of miles away. I don't know, it's more like in your face. Yet you hold in your hand a device that could, in theory, beckon that light to you. The second that phone screen illuminates, casting a eerie glow on your face as you open up the app with a tap. You're just not looking at the stars no more, you're reaching out to them. The app promises to deliver sunshine, literally applying for sunshine. Reflected from a satellite, yeah right, directly to your location. The concept is as thrilling as unsettling. Can technology truly bend the light of the sun to your will? As you press the button, just press the button. Where's that sunshine? How can I see the spotlight? I see so many lights to choose from. How many more spotlights can I have? Stay tuned.
Got one that can see.
Welcome everybody to the news is not for everybody. Applying for sunshine, literally. How can we take our device and apply for sunshine here in 2024? But yeah, guess what? Somebody's pulled it off, and there's nonsense all across the bin, across the country, across the airways. Hello out there. Anyways, welcome to Visual Disturbance. I'm your host, Brian Reese, and we're just going to get into this one today. This is a short and sweet one. Short and sweet. But yeah, like the title says, news is not for everybody. We're going to be applying for sunshine. So let's just get into it. Let's skip all the sponsors and everything. We're going to go toward that toward the end of the video. And check this out. If you haven't hit that like button, if you hadn't subscribed yet, welcome to Visual Disturbance. I really appreciate it if you come over here to the Visual Disturbance community and share this thing out. We really appreciate it. At the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, you see multiple faces on the screen, multiple logos there. Check that out. Check out NAUC TV. Check out FOJC.com, FOJC Underground Church. Links in the description. And also check out all the stuff that's in the links, P.O. boxes, all kinds of different links, etc., etc. We'll talk about that later on in the broadcast here. So we're going to get into it this afternoon. Check this out. Here we are. We're talking about sunshine and applying for sunshine. So there's a company out. There's a company out in the world of, let's just say, our realm that is claiming that we can have sunshine in the middle of the night. So let's just see what we can get into today. So check this out. Here you go. We're going to do a video. For the sake of copyright situations, I'm not going to play the sound, but I'm going to narrate the video. So check this out. As you can see, he's taking an app on his phone. Two kids there, two guys, and you can see the company. It's called Reflect Orbital. News is not for everybody. I always kind of joke around and try to just cut up and have humorous fun here on these programs just to enjoy, because it seems like everybody's uptight and there's all this kind of strangeness going on in our earthly realm. And I just try to be upbeat and a light to whoever out there that wants to listen. Thank you all for attending with me. So, Reflect Orbitable. So you have this application here, supposedly a company out of California, where they claim that there's all kinds of different applications they can do, and they can access the sunlight. They can access the sun. They say it's a huge fusion reactor, and they can take on the sun and contain all the millions of energy sources, suppose. I think it's 24, I think that's the way they said on the website, 24 times more energy than humanity uses today. Wow. Reflect captures that sunlight, and it brings down to the earth using mirrors. So could you imagine being out in the sun, the moonlight, and all of a sudden you see like either a need to go out and see something that is in your backyard, like earlier when I was doing the simulation thing there at the beginning of the program. If there's like a critter or some type of sinister like prowler running around your backyard, it would be kind of neat to have a spotlight. But I don't know about you all on this program. I'm not a big fan of having a spotlight coming over on top of me like a UFO or like a helicopter, Apache helicopter coming over me. If you remember correctly, when we did the visual disturbance news that's not for everybody, one of the original ones we did, we talked about a specific thing. We talked about we talked about these orbs. They talked about, this came out, they called them Dyson orbs. They said that there was all these in news anchors and news outlets, not in mainstream, but some was discussing the matter and saying there's this ancient technology, there's these ancient orbs that's in the sky that's communicating with humanity. I thought it was interesting. I thought it was kind of strange. But I'm not buying it. I'm not trying to discredit the company here and what they've been able to pull off their endeavor. But here's my take. 2 years ago, I remember something came on the airwaves, and I remember seeing something out of China. So let's check this out. So China has something we need to document for this video. Okay? So check this out. We have this one I can play the sound. But we actually had a simulator. A sun simulator. That's what they claimed. So check this out. So, and then I want to apologize too, the way it's set up on the screen. It's the best I could do for the video. So, if you're looking at this and you see the sun simulator, and the Chinese, they was like marveling after. They was like, it was the biggest endeavor that we've ever done, and it took all these years to build, blah, blah, blah. This is supposedly footage of that event that happened that day. Okay, a sun simulator going up in the sky. So in my opinion, if they pulled off that endeavor and they said that this sun that they was able to get up in orbit that would emanate light and sun that more, I think it had more energy stance than our sun that God has created. That's what they was claiming. And they even said they was going to do a moon simulator. A moon simulator. So you could have an artificial moon, artificial sun, but then you go over here and you see the people in California making a spotlight. You can apply for sunshine. Could you imagine? This is where it's going to kind of get a little humorous here, so stay with me, folks. Could you imagine coming across a Bigfoot or somebody being like, out in the country, some, old country boy, the son's like, "Hey, Pa, are you going to go hunting tonight? Son, go get my, instead of going and getting like, an oil lamp back in the day or something like that so they could see, or some kind of flashlight or a spotlight, Son, go get my black mirror, my mirror, Go get me my smartphone. Pa, I will. I'll be right back. What you need that for? Son, I'm going to apply for sunshine because we're going to go Sasquatch hunting. Could you imagine that, everybody? Could you imagine that if that's where we're at in this realm, and if that's where we're at in our reality? You know, on the Visual Disturbance channel, I always make a comment about the Bible. So there was a greater light, which would be the sun, and there's a lesser light, that'd be the moon. That's what the Bible says in Genesis. There's a lesser light to rule the night, and there's a greater light to rule the day. I'm getting back to the analogy of a down-home country boy, right? And he's like, go get my mirror, my dark mirror. I'm gonna turn on me an application. I'm gonna apply for some sunshine so we can go hunt some Bigfoot tonight. Or we're going to get some deer, some rabbits, or whatever. You know, I'm just rambling on here. But what I'm getting at, could you imagine being out in the woods and you're like, I'll be hunting something tonight. Let me get my mirror. Let me get my smartphone out. And you're hunting something, right? If you're going out and you're hunting whatever you're hunting. A lot of hunters don't go out at night, but if you was on trail cams and you seen mountain lions, etc., going around to and fro, you know, that'd be a good way to distract them, run them off, and get them off your property. Turn on your smartphone. And you request, don't worry, you can request now on the website and see if it's available in your local area or your region. And you look down, you see the light coming over you, and then half the community calls in, especially with everybody's in a frantic state as it is now. There's a UFO, Paul. We got us. No, son, that's my light. That's my spotlight that come from California, where that's reflecting mirrors off the top of the sun. That's just some mirrors magnifying down on top of Daddy's farmland. And to me, I don't know, without coming off as a little bit of scoffing at it and laughing, I'm not laughing at the farm people. This is my, just make believe farm person I'm making up here. But my point is, this is 2024, and everything seems to be coming off the rails, and it's beyond a clown show anymore. And not to get on, down the rabbit hole on anything as far as politics, etc. But when it comes down to this, and if I'm going out, we're gonna go Sasquatch and Bigfoot hunting tonight with my orb, my light orb. It's a mirror, and I can pinpoint you down precisely. Yeah, right. Anything animal life is gonna run for terror. Okay, they're gonna run, and I see that there's need for it. I see there could be a good application for it, but then I'm thinking, whoa, hang on a minute, did I just say that? And then I'm thinking, that's some scary stuff. Is it a drone? Whatever it is, whatever type of technological advancement they've been able to pull off, one would have to ponder on what's really going on. So here's where it gets really serious. Serious, okay? We're getting into serious stuff here, okay? Seriousness. So, do you all remember the movie The Truman Show? I feel like we're in The Truman Show, okay? I feel like we're in The Truman Show. I'm being silly. Well, not really. Let's get into this. So if I'm looking at this, there's the imagery here of the dome that's over top of where Mr. Truman lives toward the whole documentary of this movie, right? There's all this promotion, marketing, scandals, and all these different things according to the movie, and they're making tons of money off this kid, supposedly born under this dome, right? Well, the movie has like all kinds of nuggets, right? All kinds of subliminal messaging, blah, blah. But speaking about, are you all serious? All the flat earthers out there, I'm using the term biblical cosmologist. I'm a biblical, I like to biblically be sound when it comes to this topic. So biblical cosmology. But anyways, firmament, you have the firmament, right? The firmament. So you have a dome in this place where Truman stays. But like I said earlier, are you serious? Truman beat us. Truman beat us to the spotlight. So this application with the reflectable orbitable company that promises you spotlight, you can just order it on your little iPhone or whatever. Pop it. I got some. Daddy, we got some spotlights so we can go hunt tonight, right? But Truman sees let's just a studio. It's just a studio light, okay. And then they come on, they gaslight him and say it's a satellite, blah blah blah. Falls down. It's blue, mind you. It's blue. Could go down that rabbit hole. Hawaii. Oh, excuse me. I said it too loud there. The roofs. If you remember the roof narrative and all the chaos with all that, I had to cough on that one. So we said, are we serious? Are we serious? Well, Truman here, he picks it up and he looks at it, and they have a light called Sirius. And I had to ponder on this one. And you're probably like, Brian, where are you going with this? Well, this news is not for everybody, right? News is not for everybody. Did you know you can find this, the Book of the Dead, I think. Well, the Egyptians, in the early Egyptian years, the earliest Egyptians, they believe Sirius was the home of the souls that have crossed over. I'll repeat that. Sirius was the home of the souls that have crossed over, which I don't get into all this. I don't get into it, the esoteric understanding and all these. I don't try to like teach it. I'm just using it as a reference that this stuff is hidden in plain sight, and I'm thinking, did the Truman Show just say that? Like, in the way of this imagery here in this screenshot? Is it true that the Egyptians, proclaim that? I did see that, so I wanted to refer to it in this program. But the thing is, Sirius. And why did he focus in on it? He looks up and he says, man, what is this? And then why does it say Sirius on it? So the souls that have crossed over. So I thought about it, and I thought about his poor soul is encapsulated in this dome, right? He's pinned down in it. It's 24/7. He can't ever leave. I thought about a rat in a cage, right? And then I had to think about it for a minute. I was like, even though it's just from a movie, but what if there's something more bizarre going on in our reality, and people trying to play God, and doing satellites, whatever they're proclaiming that they're having that hovers up into the atmosphere? Is there something sinister going on in our world? And I remember not too long ago, a couple years ago, there was some individuals that are still in power today that said that they was trying to get the souls of this country. They said that. That's not how they worded it, but that's how it was perceived. Okay, it was acknowledged. So, if you're trying to get souls, are they getting an Egyptian book? Are you pulling out the Egyptian books to do something really, and I hate to use this word, nefarious and devilish in ways? And I'm not saying the company with the light, but where are we at? That's going to be more than just a light. There's going to be more applications that come from that. So I want to show something else real quick. If they can pull this, if they can pull the light off, the video footage I showed earlier, if they can pull that off, what else can they pull off? And speaking of iPhone, right? I posted this on Facebook the other day. I thought it was really interesting. I wanted to incorporate it in this program. Check this out. The video, it's just video, but it has a video and it has a really cool, we'll get into the video here in a second, but the audio part, I'm going to mute it for copyright purposes, but check this out. Nobody's talking on it. It's just a video of a microscope zooming in on a chip. Well, it's to do with Apple. Check this out. As you can see, it's a microscope zooming in on this small motherboard, smaller chip, right? So it's proceeding to go in, magnifying 10, 20, 30, 40. It's going in, zooming in. So when you're seeing this, the first thought I thought when I posted this on Facebook, I thought to myself, there's no way. There's no way that man created this on his own. Zero chance. It doesn't matter how you swing it. It keeps going in and zooming in. So just watch this. It'll blow your mind. And look at the complexity of the detail. That's what blows my mind. Nobody can sit and watch this and say that man built this. Man might have manufactured it. Man might have been able to put it together, but man did not come up with the origins of this architect work. I can promise you that. There ain't no way around it. And if anybody wants to argue about it and say, well, Brian, that can be accomplished, well, let's just say the Tower of Babel probably could. Those type of people that have that type of knowledge. So you can see there it was magnified like 20, 30, 40, 50-fold. And the precision on that, unbelievable. So if they can do that, and put that chip together like that, they can surely go and do what we just, we're going to watch it one more time with the, let's just watch it one more time. They can surely do this. This young man is checking his area, pushing it, reserving a spotlight, and then the light appears over these young gentlemen here, these young men, right? And it's showing you how that it gets delegated through the nation. And yes, people give me flag for showing this. Oh, it's a globe. Well, that's the video. And I'm sorry to come off a little harsh there, but I couldn't make it flat. I couldn't make it a flat plane. You know, that's just the way it come off. So a lot of people scoff at me because they get into what other previous programs I've done in the past. But for the record, I didn't make the video. And I was just showing you all for example and reference. But when you see this light and it's sitting there orbiting over top of these young men, it literally spots, he pushes it, and then there it is, voila. What is that? What's going on? What are we doing? Is the you know, when we talked about earlier, you know, is the souls of man being manipulated by the puppet masters, right? Is the puppet masters, you know, moving along and pushing man for technological advancements to persuade them to go to a different, let's just say, let's use the term meta, the beyond, right? To expand the human consciousness. That was just in the news not too long ago, but I'm not going to get into that tonight for this program. But what I'm getting at, the expansion of consciousness, light. They're perceiving light in different ways. All the scientists and everything are coming up with different kinds of applications. And AI and everything, and all these things are being collaborated together. And then you have stuff like that with the chip. And if they can do it on a micro scale like that, so minute and so on a micro level and circular, like a circuit, and that's small, and it's smaller than a pin, like the tip of a pin. Unbelievable, probably where they're just showing you this. So whatever they're showing you, I can promise you, they're 100 to 200 years ahead of time. Like they're beyond that. When it comes into, you know, you hear about you hear about wormholes and these different drives mechanisms, and they're saying it's so-called space. But I will assure you that it's the term you know, let's just say gates and portals. I have to watch what I say because it'll flag me. It's really strange. But yeah, news is not for everybody. Apply for sunshine. I got a little serious. There. Did I get a little serious? Did I get a little serious here with the Truman Show? Briefly talked about it. What do you guys think? Comment below in the description. I'm going to try to do more of these news is not for everybody's. These are short and sweet ones. I enjoy them very much. But yeah, if you're a good old farm boy out there and you're able to articulate and get you this application, if you want to do some, you know, chucking corn, you shuck corn in the middle of the night, and, you know, you can do all your, you don't even have to worry about farming at night or during the day anymore, during the 80 degree to 100 degree weather. You just turn on your spotlight, get serious, turn your spotlight on, your Dyson orb. I'm joking, but that's what's being presented to, that's what's presented. So, I mean, there's really nothing else to say. So where we at? We're beyond the twilight zone. So, with that being said, I had a few little humorous, little fun plug-ins, but I hope everybody enjoyed this program because this news is not for everybody. It's applying for sunshine. So if you have an application or if you have just a proper way of getting sunshine and you can get on this website, you can apply for sunshine in your local area today. Oh, where are we at? So anyways, went too long and I've rambled on enough. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It helps with the algorithm, helps me out here at the Visual Disturbance community here and everything. Hit all the links in the description. Thank y'all for attending with me. News is not for everybody. You gotta love that sunshine. But yeah, I think this would be a benefit if you're a farmer and you don't want to have to deal with the 100-degree temps. I think that'd be the only application I would see that this would be beneficial. Anything else would be creepy and scary, and you'd have everybody and their neighbor, literally, if you lived in like a high population area and you, let me order some sunshine, and everybody has a light pop up, that would be kind of frightening and people would not get, there'd be people calling in, disturbing the peace. There's a light above my house, right? That's what's going to end up happening. I don't know where they're going to go with this. I don't know how they're going to do because there's so many laws and everything with drones, different higher elevations, and how different, you have to have licensing. I don't know where they're going to come up with it. I don't know how this is going to happen. You can go on the website and you can say there's no infrastructure, you don't have to do nothing. It just, you can click it, you can zoom in. It's almost like a Google Earth application. You can just zoom in and order some sunshine. And I do not, I'm not promoting them in any way or shape or form, nor am I putting them down. I take my hat off to them, my invisible hat that they've been able to pull off endeavor. I'm not knocking off on the company at all. I just think it's very strange and really something bizarre. And it made the cut for the News It's Not for Everybody Apply for Sunshine program. So here's some sponsors real quick before we before we jump off the program this evening. Shake and Wake Radio, Miss Ann. Go check out everything at Miss Ann at Shake and Wake Radio Network. You'll be glad you did. And then also check out my nephilim Milkman Chaser t-shirts. Milkman Nephilim Chaser t-shirts. I really appreciate it. I don't really push them much, but they're there if you all would like to purchase one. And also check out Esther Jades. Esther Jades, her daughter and her do a fabulous job, but go check everything out. You can find them on Facebook at Esther Jades, and they got a really cool setup there and everything. Just check out everything at Esther Jades. You'll be glad you did with that also. So Esther Jades, Natural Solutions, check it out. And I believe that's it for this News Is Not for Everybody. Apply for sunshine. I wonder if you can apply for moonlight. Huh. But anyways, folks, everybody have a blessed day. Visual Disturbance, Brian Reese, I'm out of here. Until next time, we will see you on the next run on News Is Not for Everybody. Be blessed and have a good night.
Huh?